So, how have you found all of this social distancing? Hi everybody, my name is Danny and welcome to another Board Game Sanctuary vlog. Now it's been a pretty long time since I've posted, so the first thing I want to say right off the bat is, first of all, thank you very much for helping Board Game Sanctuary surpass 10,000 subscribers. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's happened. I want to say a huge thank you to all the people currently subscribed and who continually support me and this channel. It means so much to me. The second thing I want to say is I hope everybody out there is keeping safe during this COVID-19 crisis that's been gripping the entire globe, and I hope everyone's been really looking after the ones that they really love and spending quality time together at a distance. The first series of games that I've been playing to get me through this lockdown and COVID-19 restrictions, as well as the Easter long weekend, are the exit board games. These exit board games are really cool little games that kind of simulate the same experience that you would get if you were in an escape room, and they take about 2 hours to complete. Everything that you need to complete the escape room and all the puzzles is contained in this box, and throughout the game, players are going to be solving a series of puzzles and a series of riddles to try and get them through the actual escape room experience. Now the puzzles in here are amazing. They are brilliant. This one in particular, the Pharaoh's Tomb, and I think Dead Man on the Orient Express is also equally as good. Just the creativity and the design behind the puzzles just truly made this particular title such a memorable experience. And I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it was definitely one that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I just couldn't believe the creativity that was behind it. It's kind of ironic playing an exit game during a time when you can't leave your dwelling, and that's probably one of the reasons why I ordered a whole lot more to play during this time where we can't actually go out and interact with other people. So, you know, this is the beauty of this, is you can play it on your own. I mean, I would recommend that the exit games be best played as 2 players, but, you know, the fact that you can play this game solo is just so fun. So I definitely recommend this, especially if you've got a lot of time on your hands. Now, the next game that I've been playing during the lockdown is Hive Mind. Now, there's an interesting story behind Hive Mind. First of all, it's actually designed by Magic the Gathering designer Richard Garfield, so it's a very unusually packaged product, but basically the premise of the game is each round everyone is asked a question, and everyone at the table or in the group has to come up with the answers that they think everybody else is going to be writing down. So, can they think like everybody else at the table? Now, that simple premise means that Hive Mind has been an absolute huge hit every time I've brought it out to a games night or a party night. And, you know, last night I played Hive Mind via Zoom with a whole group of other people, and it just provides countless laugh out loud moments because it really draws on other players' experiences and what sort of answers you think the other players will bring to the table. Now, don't be deceived by its, you know, bee-themed design. It's actually a really fun trivia style game, and it can play up to about 10 players, which is excellent. So it's an excellent group game, and I'll read out a couple of the questions for you so you can kind of see what sort of level of game trivia style questions that you get in this. So it's things like, what are 5 things made of glass? What are 3 game shows? What are 4 things that you might do on a snowy day? It might be, which 2 people in the group that you're playing with would you like to get stuck on an island with? What are 3 most popular sports in Japan? Or the game gives you an option to even invent and create your own questions, which is beautiful because that means the game has limitless replayability. And what makes this truly fun is hearing everybody's answers and seeing whether you picked the right words in order to score points. Because players score points in this game. You get a point for writing an answer, but you get more points for every other person in the group who also wrote down the same word. So Hive Mind, don't be deceived by its theme. It's actually such a great party game. One I definitely recommend, and one that you can play over video conferencing apps like Zoom and through live streaming. The third game that I've been playing is Horrified. Now, I actually picked this game up well before the pandemic actually occurred, but it is got a similar system to the game Pandemic itself. In this particular game, you're actually battling a series of monsters which come from the Universal Studios Monsters universe. You have this incredibly spooky thematic map, kind of like, it's got this very Cthulhu or Lovecraftian theme to it, but it's more of a Universal Monsters theme. And basically throughout the game, you are working together cooperatively to try and defeat and banish a combination of monsters. So in this one, you've got the Mummy, where you've got to solve a number puzzle. So it's a kind of a pick up and deliver style game where you're going around the map, picking up clues, and then using the clues to try and overcome and banish the monster. Here, they're little scarabs that appear on these little number tiles, and then you're moving those number tiles so they go back into their original spots. And when you hand in a yellow clue, determined by the strength of that yellow clue, that determines how many moves you can make. And then you've got to hand in some red clues in order to actually defeat it. You've got Dracula, where you're traveling around the map and smashing his coffins. You've got Frankenstein and the Bride, and you're trying to keep them separate from each other, because every time they meet, the terror level goes up. It's kind of like the outbreak level, I guess, in Pandemic. You've got this creature from the Black Lagoon, where you're trying to navigate this river to try and get to its lair, but to do that you need to hand in one of the different coloured clues to try and get there as quickly as possible. With the Wolfman, you're trying to place blue vials of different strength in order to find the cure, and you've got the Invisible Man and so forth. What makes this game Horrified so cool is the fact it is so easy to play. It's so thematic. You've got these very simple actions that you can take, yet the game feels so restrictive and tense and difficult. And you've got this sense of negotiation. And in a time like a pandemic, these sorts of games really bring people together, which is definitely why I have taken this out a lot more recently. The fourth game that I've been playing, and I've actually had this on my shelf surprisingly for a long time, and I started it a while ago, but recently, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, this game has definitely come out a lot more often, and it is Pandemic Legacy Season 1. So why not play a pandemic during a pandemic? Or why not play Pandemic during a pandemic? That's what I should have said. Anyway, Pandemic Legacy Season 1 has you taking on the role of certain, medical experts. You've got a quarantine expert, you've got a doctor, you've got a medic, there's all these, a researcher, there's all these people that kind of help you to battle 4 different types of diseases that are plaguing the world. Now, what I love about Pandemic Legacy over the original game is that every month the game introduces new rules and new ideas that really amp up the challenge and difficulty level for players to be able to compete against. And playing it during the COVID-19 pandemic has made this feel a lot more real, and it has kind of contributed to the fact that when I've played this game, it's made me think about how we're coping with a viral outbreak, and one that I've thoroughly enjoyed because of the different sorts of conversations that I had from game to game and the different mechanics that get introduced. There are these little sheets that you can pull stickers of and put them out onto the map, and things that you change on your actual game board stay there permanently, which is such an important element to the game, because it means that decisions that you make are going to have a consequential effect throughout the rest of the games. Now, I hope some of those games that I've introduced and showcased to you are some games that you may not have played, or you might be looking for games at this point in time to play with your family that you're at home with. Those games are super, super fun. Ones I definitely recommend. Here's one thing to kind of note about all those games that I've introduced is that they're all cooperative games. So if you're looking for something more competitive, that's probably something I could suggest in a later video. But these 4 games that I've just mentioned to you are absolutely fantastic ones that I have enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy them too. Thank you once again for joining me for another Board Game Sanctuary vlog. If you really like this video, please cooperate and remember to subscribe, like, and share this video with your family and friends. I would well and truly appreciate it. Thank you to all the people currently supporting me in this channel, and yes, to over 10,000 subscribers. I hope to bring you some quality content soon. Keep safe, everyone. Goodbye.